All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a new week and a new episode of the Reality Kenya. My name is Simi Kenya. Of course, as usual, we are bringing you this great conversation from the Learned Corner with our usual guest, the Deputy Party Leader, Honorable of Safina Party, Honorable Wakili Willis Otieno. Piki Ponki.
Pakamelo Disco.
How have you been?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm good.
I went to India.
I saw you in India.
Do a South to South conference on economic justice.
Yes.
And on the sidelines of the conference, I went looking for Adani to find out if Adani, the one in India, is the one that is trying to take our airport, shift share,
yes,
and our
energy
projects.
Yes.
But there's so much in India. And my conclusion is that Adani is not an Indian. Adani is just a Kenyan here. Because India, there are 1.5 billion people.
Yes.
And they're doing massive projects in that country.
Yeah.
I wonder what will interest Adani to come and try to get our little
like
resources here. Yeah, I mean, we are only 50 million.
Yes.
There are 1.5 billion people.
Yes.
It's
like a province
in
India.
Not even a province, a town. It's not even a county, a town.
Yes.
In India. And so this Adani must be a black man somewhere. Hiding.
He's a
Kenyan somewhere behind all this Adani.
Yes.
But fundamentally, it was an opportunity for us to have a conversation about the global south. And all we were saying is that we must have a conversation that changes the lives of our people.
Yeah.
And our people deserve economic justice. And one thing that came out is the main issue that is affecting the development and economic prosperity of the global south is the issue of debt, illegal debts, which are being taken in the name of the people. The money does not come to the people. There are no projects that it finances. The money ends up in the private pockets of individuals, their private capacities. Those who are holding public office and their partners in private banks, both locally and internationally. And we must call out odious debt for what it is. And as in the global south, we are going to get to a point where we will not pay for this odious debt. Any debt that is not taken in accordance with our laws, that the money does not come into our country, that does not finance any project that we can see, that money we shall not pay for it. Let the people who lent the money to go and look for.
That cannot be accounted.
Let them go and look for who they gave the money, but not the sovereign. The people are sovereign and their rights must be respected. And they cannot be burdened by debts which did not get into the country. And that is what is happening here. Somebody comes and tells you borrowed 5.7 trillion from the domestic market in 12 years. And you ask yourself, point out to me projects worth 5.7 trillion
locally.
And to conceptualize this, I told you last time, Thika Road was worth 32 billion. We can see it until today.
The entire project
was 32 billion. It is there till today. Now you are telling us you spent 5.7 trillion borrowed, domestic. Tell us these projects which are worth 5.7 trillion. Point out for them, we take a stock. This went to this much, this one got this. Put it all down, we see. Before you tell us to pay for this money. Otherwise, if you've been borrowing to steal, or you are borrowing to eat, or you are borrowing in our name and taking the money to your private bank accounts, why should we pay for it? No, we should not. And the banks should bear that burden. They should have done their due diligence to find out this money that we are lending to you. Your laws say you must finance a project. Where is the project that is going to finance? Where is the prospectus for this loan? Which project is it going to finance? Where is the parliamentary approval for this loan? Then we give you the money. And they do it in tranches. As the project commences, they do disbursements based on the phase of the development. But if there's nothing like that, no.
So do you think it's always been a collaboration between these individuals and the banks?
Of course. This is a collusion, a great collusion between people in the banking sector and the government. And they eat on the interest rate. That's where the thieving takes place. Because you'll find that they are borrowing money at interest rate of 17%. This 17% interest rate, ideally interest rates in Kenya should be not more than 5%. So now there's 17. So obviously people are making a killing in between the 3% and the 17. Probably somebody in government is getting even 10%, that's 17%. They are sharing it amongst themselves.
Yes.
And that's why we say this pyramid cannot continue.
Yeah.
We must cut off the chain of our colonialism. We must break the chains of our oppression.
Yeah.
And we only do it by uprooting the entire system.
Yeah.
Another thing you saw, that system brought in Kithure Kindiki as a deputy president. It's now almost a month.
Yes.
If you ask any Kenyan today, what does Kithure Kindiki stand for? What does it represent?
Yes.
That is relevant to your life. You see him as a person, what do you say? Okay, this one represents my economic liberation. This one represents good governance.
Yeah.
This one represents democracy. This one represents people issues.
Yes.
What does it represent? It's 1 year he has been put on the national platform to define what it represents, what he speaks about. Do you even listen to that man when he speaks? Do you hear what he says? But that is Kenya Kwanza for you.
Yes.
You can't even understand what is
the impact about. Actually.
What's the impact of his appointment?
Yes.
Because he was not elected, he was appointed. What's the impact of that appointment?
Yes.
The problems that we had before are still there. If anything, they are becoming worse.
Yeah.
The ODM so-called experts who've gone to parliament have turned rogue since Kindiki was appointed.
Yes.
Now you see Joe Ekaterina talking badly about Kenyans who are commenting on social media.
The online consumers.
People who have been very vocal in raising the issues of governance in this country.
Yeah.
He calls them that they are wasting time. A country cannot be built on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, Facebook.
Yes.
But he spent all his life doing Ekaterina dances on Instagram. Nakubinja.
Yes.
He's been doing TikTok dances there on Instagram, singing Ekaterina. And then all of a sudden he finds himself as a CS. Now he thinks he's important.
Yeah.
And that the internet is not a relevant platform. These people are living in the past.
Yeah.
Junet there is talking about lambasting Kenyans that we don't want this public participation.
A country cannot
be built by decision of everybody. Kwani whose country is it? The country is for everybody. It's the people. This country belongs to the people. So Junet should stop gaslighting Kenyans that they think they're the ones who know what is good for all of us. In our constitution, we've said we want public participation.
Yes.
And public participation in all issues of policy, law, and development.
Yeah.
You involve the people because it's their money anyway that you're going to use.
Yeah.
It is the laws that's going to affect them. They must put their voice, render their voice in that. And ultimately, sovereignty rests in the people. You saw Mbadi, on the other hand, talking about they are going to change the tax bands that the middle class should stop complaining. Give me another 1 year, then I will make life good for you.
Yes.
But in that 1 year, we may have been dead. Anger does not wait. Disease does not wait for 1 year for somebody to put his house in order. We need those policies that they're talking about to be put in place now, not in 1 year's time, because the pain that the people are going through, they are feeling it now. They are not going to feel it next year. Yeah. The way they are going, we will feel it more next year than we're feeling today. So we cannot wait.
Yes.
You look at Wandai now has become a praise singer of William Ruto. All he sees is William Ruto being re-elected as president. Those are the ODM experts.
Yeah.
And we must call them out.
And when they were getting into government, you said that nothing much was supposed to be expected from them. And right now, Kenyans are actually seeing the same things.
Of course.
Does it mean that right now, as we speak, they have become, they have not met the expectation of Kenyans who expected something?
Of course, it will be foolhardy of anybody to expect anything good out of these so-called experts. The problem of this economy is perpetuated by William Ruto.
Yes.
The fish is rotten from the top. So even these experts have realized that there's nothing they can do. Yes. Now they must start singing praises to the king, the rotten king, who the fish that has rotten from the top. That is why they're talking this way. Yeah. Because we are not seeing them discussing policy issues that are meant to improve the lot of the people of Kenya. They all, I saw them yesterday celebrating in Taita Taveta, an entire government entourage going to celebrate a bulb. 40 watts bulb being launched in a woman's old woman's house. I mean, then you saw somebody at JKIA launching a roundabout with fanfare. These are mediocrity. Yes. We should be talking about macroeconomic issues that impact the lives of so many people. Okay? Yes. So that you've given that lady electricity to her house, connection to her house, it should be such a big news that you're going to spend, because that entire entourage spent no less than 30 million just to put the administrative arrangements for that lighting of that single lady's house. Yes. And how many single ladies' houses, old women's houses, will you go to lunch? electricity bulbs.
Yeah.
Yeah? Those are micro issues. Deal with macro issues that impact on many Kenyans.
Yeah.
And that lady will not need you to go to her house to turn on the switch. Okay?
Yes.
They should be able to do it. In fact, you're even inconveniencing her from a daily cause.
Yes.
When you bring all that attention to a resident. But Kenya Kwanza is all about PR.
Yeah. Some
Showbiz.
people call them content creators.
They are content creators. They are
Yes.
looking for props
Yeah.
and to take shots of what to share.
Yeah.
But that is not what Kenyans want. Kenyans want an administration that comes up with macroeconomic policies that improve the lot of Kenyans wherever they are. And you don't have to appear at their doorsteps to say that you've done something good. So if you was going to raise this one lady in Taita Taveta, what about that other one who is in Magunga? What about that one who is in Kuresoi? What about that one who is in Teso? What about that one in Meru? What about the other one in Marsabit? Yeah, will you travel now up with switching off lights in every... Come up with policies that are impactful and affect everybody in their respective space that they should be able to access. We should not be discussing access to electricity in the year 2024. This is the year 2024, the year of our Lord. We are not in 1962, where connection to the grid should be a conversation. In terms of the grid, we should be talking about what is the surplus energy that we are producing as a country, not turning on bulbs. When I'm talking of surplus, I mean you should have met the needs of everybody in the country to access electricity, and that you're saying we are now producing a surplus energy of 10,000 megawatts. So that if somebody is a manufacturer that wants to set up a plant and machinery in Kenya, you will look at what is your surplus, the excess that's not used. Because my plant and machinery needs 5,000 megawatts. And I'm not going to put it up in a country where the national supply is only 3,000 megawatts. Because that means they will never meet my needs. But I want to see the surplus. If the surplus is 5,000 megawatts, then I can take all of that 5,000 megawatts. But people that are not comfortable, because then it means I'm just on the edge. But if the surplus is 10,000 megawatts, and all I need is 5,000, then I say, fine, even if I took all the 5,000 megawatts, they still have a surplus of 5,000. And everybody's accessing. But this thing of turning bulbs, electricity is not meant for lighting houses. Energy is about producing. Lighting houses is just on a side. I mean, that is assumed.
It is the least.
It's the least. No, it is assumed. You should not be generating power to light houses. You should be generating power to power manufacturing, to power industry, to power production. So that in terms of lighting, that is just the byproduct of it. Okay? That's the byproduct. That is assumed. You can't be living on the byproduct. It's like saying when you chew sugarcane, you buy a sugarcane, and you want to concentrate on the maganda of sugarcane. That you see, I've bought sugarcane because you're chewing maganda. No, the sugarcane is the cane itself.
You have many magandas here.
You have many maganda. No, it's the sweetness in the cane itself, not on the maganda. So that is a byproduct of energy. Energy conversation should be about how much capacity are we able to put in the grid, and how much of that goes into manufacturing, into production. And in terms of lighting the country, that is a byproduct. Is not our substantive concern. When you go and launch a roundabout, no, that thinking, it's very micro.
In an
international airport. You should be telling us about what are the measures you are coming up with to put up a new terminal. What are the funding models for this new terminal that you want to put up? Okay, when I was in India, Indira Gandhi International Airport, that airport is the size of Nairobi CBD plus Upper Hill. They are even putting up now an Aero City. They are calling it Aero City. Aero City. An entire city. Going around that airport can take you even 1 hour, depending on traffic or more. Just going around the airport alone can take you more than an hour.
It's a city.
It's a city. They are building a city. But here, you're launching a roundabout. And you think this country can grow with this kind of thinking.
And it becomes news.
It becomes news that even is covered, that people even go with cameras to record. And then, beyond that, it doesn't stop there. they go and report it at 9 o'clock news, 7 o'clock news.
Prime time news.
Prime time news. I mean, we should be spending our prime time discussing serious issues that will change this country.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
But Kenya Kwanza wants you to be in mediocrity. They hit you with mediocrity every day, that you think that is the norm. That it is okay to discuss mediocrity.
Yeah.
It is okay to argue with the CS of Twitter, X, because he wants to make it the conversation.
Yeah.
He should be telling us about the mining policy. What is he doing in terms of benefit sharing with the local communities? What is he doing in terms of the mapping that was done of the minerals we have in this country?
Yeah.
How much are we earning out of our minerals? How is it impacting on local community?
Yes.
What are we doing in terms of value addition to those minerals before they are taken out of the country? That is the conversation I want to have with the mining minister. Not about X and Instagram and like he's trying to reduce us to.
Yeah.
He should not even be mentioning that. Those are channels of communication. Why do you have a problem with channels of communication?
Yes. If you're doing
if you're doing the right thing, bring policy issues that we can discuss.
Yeah.
Okay? But Kenya Kwanza hits you with mediocrity every day. So that constantly you discuss mediocre things, mediocre issues.
Yeah.
You are mundane. Your thinking is reduced. So it affects your participation. It affects even how your brain thinks.
Yes.
You are not able to conceptualize and to engage in a proper conversation on governance of a country.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that is the tragedy of what we are facing through. But all is not lost. I believe this is just a passing phase.
Yeah.
And the Kenyan people are the wiser. Civic education has been done. The people are able to see what is real and what is fake. They're able to separate the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah.
And when the time comes, that will be done.
Yeah. Last week we saw Honorable Moses Kuria saying that next year, all families, if your child has not been enrolled in the Shifsha program, they will not be able to get their education and fundings in the schools. What does this mean with the intention of this particular project with regards to the livelihood of
the mediocrity of Kenya Kwanza? Just as I was telling you.
Yes.
What thinking puts a qualification to join a school to be enrolled in Shifsha? Those kids in school had Edu Afya before. What did you do to it? Yeah, it was working for our kids.
Yes.
They took away Edu Afya. Now they're trying to force them on Shifsha Shakahola.
Yes.
That is not working for their parents. What has being enrolled in a healthcare system got to do with your learning? Your education is an independent variable. And the government should even be forcing you to go to school, not telling you not to go to school. Ideally, a functioning government should be forcing you. Kibaki was forcing kids to go to school.
Yeah.
Chiefs were told, you want to see the enrollment numbers in your villages. You must report on enrollment numbers.
Yes.
Magoa, when he was here,
was
walking, traversing the whole country, physically looking for kids who have not gone to school to report for Form 1. But here, you have a government official standing up to tell you that your kid will not go to school. He's the one putting a barrier. When Magoa was walking in gumboots deep in Nyatike or in Marsabit looking for a young girl who he has had, didn't report to Form 1.
Yes.
That was a government bringing down barriers to force a kid to go to school because you understand the beauty of education.
Yeah.
When Kibaki was telling chiefs that make sure, I want to see your numbers are going up, enrollment numbers. You must account for every child who was born this year. I want to see which school they are in. That was a government going out of its way to force people to go to school. Here we have a government putting a barrier to stop people from going to school. What thinking is this? What thinking? What even the brain that even thinks like that as a problem?
Yes.
Because government's work should be, I want to make sure that as many as, in fact, all my people, not even as many as, all my people have access to basic education. Because with education, you open up the mind of the people. The human potential is released to unlimited potential. So, and that is what a government wants. You want to see people whose brains are opened up, their perspectives are more open, and they are able to come up with innovations that will change their lives and the fortunes of the country.
To build up the country.
So it is not in your interest for people not to go to school. You can't be the one putting a barrier to stop access to education. You should be the one bringing down the barriers to allow people to access education. But Kenya Kwanza sees that as a threat. Because to them, an enlightened population will not entertain this mediocrity. So they want you to remain illiterate, uninformed, uneducated, so that when they come and tell you that price of unga has gone down, when it's Black November, you clap for them.
You cheer.
You cheer. We should not be discussing unga.
Yes.
Americans finish elections. Did you hear anybody talk about the price of spaghetti or American bag?
No.
People are discussing big things.
Yeah.
They are campaigning on big things. I've moved this number of middle class. I've expanded these opportunities for the American people. We are eliminating. We don't want a group of Americans known as the poor. Everybody should be in the middle class, because the driver of the economy is going to be the middle class. When everybody is in the middle class, we create opportunities for everybody, and the American dream is achieved. Yeah. But here, at you eaten ugali last night, so you're happy. Nonsense.
Thank you so much. Every person who has been watching, we say a big thank you. It's been amazing. We are in the month of December, and we wish you everything to be the best during this festive season from the Reality Kenya. May God bless you. Until next time, my name is Simi Kenya. Bye.